I'm live, and I didn't promote this week's festivities very well. Clearly, nor did I prepare. My hair is a mess. I have white flakes all over my shirt. And I have a sneaking suspicion that I am not going to have anyone here this week. And so I've prepared a very embarrassing story that something that happened to me several years ago that I don't tell very often, but since Chrissy Lemare did a Twitch stream, apparently I'm just like one platform off from everyone cool. Since Chrissy Lemare did a Twitch live stream where she told a very embarrassing story, I'm gonna pretend like this is like a candid YouTube moment for me to tell a really embarrassing story. So I'm going to wait like 30 seconds and then I'm going to start telling the story because I got a few people showing up and I think this is a very important story for everyone to hear. Like, I don't know. People might stop talking to me if I tell this story. That's how embarrassing this story is. So for the two of you here, I hope that you're entertained by embarrassing stories. One of you here, someone left. Someone heard about this story and was like, screw this. I don't want to do it. I don't want anything to do with this. Oh, now we're back to two. You're going to witness, you two people are here to witness my shame, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here for it. All right. So at the 2-minute mark, I'm going to start telling this story. So it was, I want to say like 2012 or 2013, and I was going to this awful chain gym. I'm not going to say the name of it, but it was truly an awful gym. It was like there was no barbells. It was like all machines, mostly like treadmills and crap, like other things that I obviously will never touch. And it did not attract like big, strong people. It mostly attracted like mushy people who are trying to get less mushy and would give up on like January 15th. But once in a while, you would get like someone like big would walk into the gym. And this one particular day, I was there, and like this gigantic black dude walks into the gym. Like if you know who Ronnie Coleman is, he's like a Ronnie Coleman sized dude. Like he was big, like impressively big. And he was covered in what were either jail or kitchen table tattoos. And I say that knowing full well how my tattoos look. I know what I'm talking about here. He walks in and like the gym version of like the record scratch happens where just like all you hear is like weights clank and like you hear like the swish of fabric as heads turn. This dude just like demanded that level of attention from the crowd. It was like he walked like there was a presence. Like it was like a denser object moved into the gym, and there was just like a shifting gravity. Right. So this dude walks in and he stops, and this was like again like 2012, 2013, and like My Little Pony was big, and there was all this stuff on the internet about bronies, which is like the weird dudes who are obsessed and like fetishize My Little Pony, right? And it's like, like I knew about them because the entire internet was making fun of them. But and they're like this gigantic black dude covered in like awful tattoos is wearing a shirt that says Brony across the chest. Clear as day, Brony across the chest. And like thin, like kind of like thin letters, but they span the entire chest. But like this dude would have stretched out any shirt and made any letter thin. But he did it, and there's this dude standing there with a Brony shirt, and I'm kind of like watching him, like curious because I just don't understand what I'm seeing. Like these things don't. I don't know if like he found this shirt somewhere. I don't know if like it was an accident. Like I just don't know where he got it. Right? I just don't know. I don't understand how the guy I was looking at came to be wearing the T-shirt that he had on. And of course, he like goes to like every machine, and he was like puts the pin down. He's doing like the heaviest like set of plates, and he's just like repping it out. Like this dude's just like ridiculous. And I'm watching him. I'm just like, holy crap! Like I just can't conceive of how this dude is wearing a Brony shirt. And so like I like me like knowing a little bit of what like how like Bronies got made fun of, and like kind of a little bit about My Little Pony type stuff. I knew that like one thing that was like part of the My Little Pony universe were cutie marks. So it's like the little mark that ponies get on their butts when they figure out what they really like in life. And in my head, I'm just like, you know what? Everyone's like just kind of like orbiting this guy. No one's saying anything to him. And I just feel kind of like weird and bad. Like no one's talking to him. And usually when someone that size walks into the gym, I'll say something else like, oh, first time working out or something, like something dumb, right? Just like break the ice. Like obviously you're an impressive specimen. We're working out in the same weird 100-foot space. Let's talk. All right. So in my head, I'm like, I'll go make a cutie mark joke to this guy who is like Ronnie Coleman sized and covered in like bad jail or kitchen table tattoos. And so he finishes like on one of the chess machines, and I walk over to him and I'm like, hey man, is your cutie mark a barbell? And he stares at me and I'm like, is he wearing, and like I start to look to see if he's wearing headphones, and he's not wearing headphones. He's like, what? And I was like, is your cutie mark a barbell? Your shirt. And he's like, what? And I look down at his shirt. It doesn't say Brony. It says Bronx, but one of the lines on the X was like faded out. And so I'm sitting there and like the air got heavy, and this dude is staring at me, and I'm like, and I'm like realizing that this guy who's wearing a Bronx shirt, I just walked up to and asked him what his cutie mark is, because I thought he was wearing a Brony shirt. And his face is just getting more and more like stone at me, and like, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I thought you were someone else. Because who, like, what, like, I don't, what else do you say to exit that conversation? I had no idea. I was just like frozen in time with this guy staring at me, and that was it. And that's my really embarrassing story. It's probably not as good as Chrissy's really embarrassing story talking about calcium and big hair in Belgium, but that's what happened to me. And I never saw that dude at the gym again. I think I successfully creeped him out so bad that he never went back to that gym. Or he was just like, I'm going to work in the Bronx. These people are too weird anywhere else. So that's my story. If anyone wants to ask SQL Server questions, if you still think that I'm a competent human being who like might be able to answer something, go ahead, feel free. But that was my really embarrassing story. And if you don't have any questions, I'm just going to leave things as they are. I'm just going to go back to my coffee and my disheveled hair. Yeah. Well, I think that story pretty much killed it for this Friday. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up. If you want to hear the whole thing, it'll be available in a few seconds. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See you next week.